So, podcast, welcome. This is the intro episode of the podcast, Community Proud Pod. This is going to be really short and simple. Going to be maybe 20, 30 minutes. This isn't even going to be recorded on the camera. This is just something I want to put out just to give you guys a little bit info about what's going to be going on and why and how I got here and other people who are involved and any other like technical stuff as well. Like scheduling and where you can find the podcast at and much more. So stay tuned and thank you for tuning in. Welcome everybody to the Community Proud Podcast. My name is Dustin Allen. I'm your host. Today, like I said in the intro, it's going to be just the intro episode to this entire podcast. So I'll just get started with it. Why am I doing this? Why are we here? The reason why I started to do this was honestly, I was just kind of bored. Just wanted something to do. I've been, I'm going from job to job and that's getting kind of old. And now I'm at, kind of a more permanent job and looking just to shake things up a little bit, as well as just wanting to be more involved in the community, more importantly, really. We've been working super hard on this thing, man. I mean, we've been putting in so much hours already. And I mean, sorry, Mom, I ain't like eating 3 meals a day because of this thing. And I'm not sleeping my 8 hours. I've been having so much fun. Like, I don't even notice when I need to eat anymore. It's like, it's like a good kind of busy. Like, I'm like genuinely having so much fun just grinding on this thing, and I'm just so excited. Like, I cannot wait to release not only just this intro episode, but like every episode I've recorded so far and every episode that I'm going to record. Basically just want to get everybody's story. Everybody who does something in the community that's either interesting or they do something just within the community just in general. I just really wanted to get their story out there, but also bring value to whoever's listening. What you're going to hear a lot in this podcast is, number one, of course, these people's stories, and number two, we'll also talk about how they got there and what things they've learned and how other people can learn from their mistakes. And I think it's very good so far. I recorded a couple episodes that are going to be coming up on August 5th and August 12th, I believe, is the following week of August 5th. I'm not really too sure, but of course that'll be all announced as well. And I'm about to tell you where that's all announced, but let me get back to why. So I started doing business stuff and entrepreneur stuff when I was like early senior year in high school. And that led me to going to all these events, and that really opened up my eyes to people who are doing a lot of active things in the community, and they're also interesting. Like, they're not just, oh, they're doing whatever. Like, it's really interesting, and they're using what they love to the community's advantage. I don't care how many listeners I get. It's just, I'm gonna keep doing it regardless. I just hope you guys enjoyed at least. Yeah, I'll just get right into the details with this episode. So, why did I start this? When I was in high school, once again, it was like I would go from class to business stuff in a day, and it would be like a total transition from people talking about, oh, I'm just trying to get out of Hanford or Lamar or the Valley, wherever you're from. Then I would go to like business stuff, like I don't know, a mixer or something, business stuff or something, and they would all just not only be talking about what they could do for the community, but just working together as one. Even if they had like competing businesses, I mean, they all have just this common goal to really lift up the community, and that's basically what I want to talk about, and those are the kind of stories I want to hear. So I'll get to more technical stuff now. Scheduling, we're going to be going with every Monday morning, so you can have it for the week and start off your Monday mornings right. So that's basically why we agreed on having it on Monday, so we can just have something positive start your week off. I know it's a long work week. Our whole goal by the end of the year, hopefully, we'll have it twice a week. We just got to get more consistent. And then eventually we want to do bigger and better things, but I'll talk about that on a future podcast. So I'm going to go over like social media platforms now. And social media, simple. We got a Facebook page, Community Proud Podcast, and an Instagram page at Community Proud Podcast. It's ran by myself and Abe Jacobs. He's an audio producer for this podcast. We'll be posting clips of the podcast, which is the reason why we want the camera and everything. Basically the same thing on Facebook. Instagram and Facebook, we'll be posting clips and updates and guests that'll be coming on, and eventually, hopefully, we can get to like giveaways and much more. We're just hoping to just take this thing to the next level. Last but not least, we'll have the YouTube platform. We'll be adding some stuff that you can't experience on just audio. Last but not least, I gotta get some shout outs going, some thank yous. I gotta thank who do I thank first? I gotta thank God first, of course. He's the one that really allows me to do this and allows me to, not only myself but Abraham, he allows us the freedom to be able to do this. I gotta thank my grandma right now because she's letting me recording her living room at this very moment because it's super quiet. And I gotta thank my mom and dad and any other family that's been my big supporters. You know, some of them think it's kind of weird, some of them don't mind at all, but end of the day, that's family, and whatever they think, that's okay. But I know they always got my back no matter what they think. I gotta thank my guests so far and my future guests as well. Shout out to Coach Kenneth Gregory, Cheney Zimmerman, and a future guest that I know of right now will be Anthony Oliphant from Fort Worth. So shout out to you, man. Our audio producer, of course, Abe Jacobs. Man, let me tell you about this kid. He's really he's not like a kid. He's a man. Like, he's 15, but he's definitely a young man. He's very, very good at this stuff, and he's way better than me, and he's way better than I'll ever be at this kind of stuff. And this kid's gonna be doing some great things someday, and hopefully I can help him get there as well. Right, because right now he's helping me do the things I want, so I really just want to return the favor to him one day as well. And I'm super happy that I could find him and have him on my podcast team, just a team of two of us. I call it a team, but that's what we are. We're a team. We're like the dynamic duo. And I'm just super glad I found him to do this because he cares about it so much. I mean, he cares about it just as much as I do. He's always coming up with great ideas. He's always being proactive with this whole thing. And even he's on vacation right now. By the time I'm recording this, he's on vacation. He's constantly hitting me up about ideas and what we can do next, and giving me info on what's going on the other side, on the editing side. He's got that student mentality, and that's super cool because not a lot of 15-year-olds have that. And so with that, I'm going to end that right here. This is Dustin Allen, and thank you so much for listening to the Community Proud Podcast.